Okay, the 55s, those things caught me off guard. Way better, than they had any right to be. So now Byzoom sends me the 75s and all right, prove it wasn't a fluke. It's more weight, there's more plates, it's a longer dumbbell, more room for the little stuff to turn into big stuff. So we're not doing the slow, boring spec sheet thing today. These get one job: earn a spot in a real gym. Let's go. So now, this isn't the full documentary. We already did that with the 55s. I'll link it right up here if you want to see the design, the selector, the tray, whatever you need to see about them. It's going to be up there. Today's simpler. They went heavier. So I want to know one thing. Did the design level up, or did the weight expose the cracks? The adjustment's easy. It's the same NordicTrack-style setup that were on the 55s. And this is one of those things that sounds boring until you're actually training. Because if changing weight feels annoying, you're gonna stop doing it. You end up skipping the warm-up jumps, you skip the drop sets, you skip all the little adjustments that would have actually made the set probably better for you. That's why simple matters. Pull, slide, seat, and go. Done. I don't dread it, and that's half the battle. Are they longer? Yep, of course they are. More weight means more plates. That's just simple math. There is a little more wobble than the 55s. It's a little bit. It's not sketchy, it's not scary, and it never once kind of got in my way where I was worried about it. So I'm moving on. Here's a weird one. The knurling on the 75 feels more passive than the 55s. There's less bite. And that's odd because it's supposed to be the same handle. So either they eased off the knurling on this run, or there's just some variation batch to batch through production. Parents probably gonna like the softer feel. Me, I like the bite on the 55s better. Either way, if you're expecting the exact same handle as the 55s, don't bank on it. It might be identical, it might not. All right, the one that actually matters. Can I train with these, or am I fighting them the whole time? Flat press is where the length shows up first. At the top, you're holding a longer adjustable. At 75 pounds, this thing's about 21 inches. But it never blocked the rep. Noticeable, it's not a problem. And if you're shorter, just know that going in. Incline felt the same. You feel the length, but it's not really all that annoying. Rows were probably the most important test for me because if the plates are loose, rows make it obvious fast. Any play, you feel it right here. These stayed quiet, there's no rattle, there's nothing shifting on the pole other than what you would expect. RDLs and carries, that's where I stopped caring about the review and just use them like dumbbells, which is exactly what you want. That's the bar. I'm not managing the dumbbell mid-set, I'm just training. They clear it. Now, I'm not gonna stack these against 50-pounders. That's not the lane. The lane is 70 to 80. Power blocks, Iron Masters, the Snowed, the Newell. And right there, Byzoom's cheaper than most of them. It's a normal dumbbell shape, dead simple to adjust, and that adjuster isn't some experiment, it's the proven NordicTrack-style mechanism. Which, it's about as proven as it gets. What you're really betting on is the brand. Byzoom's just newer than the big names. That's the trade. All right, no drop test. They're adjustable dumbbells, and I don't drop adjustable dumbbells, and neither should you. Byzoom sent these over, but they're living in my gym after this, so I tested them the way I actually use them. Lift, adjust, re-rack, set them down like a grown-up. All right, the bonus round, the kettlebell. And straight up, I'm not a kettlebell sport guy, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to be one for the camera. Swings, goblet squats, that kind of thing, that's how I use one, and that's how I'm judging it. But first, watch how fast this thing changes weight. That's it, twist, pull, set, you're at a new weight in a couple seconds. For one bell doing the job of a whole rack, that's the entire pitch right here. All right, now the part I actually cared about. Does it feel like a real kettlebell? Or does the adjustable thing ruin it? And honestly, it swings like a normal bell. It racks like a normal bell. The weight sits where it should. The arc's clean. Nothing's flopping around on me. And for a bell that changes size, I half expected it to feel weird, and it doesn't. The comfort groove's a nice touch too. There's an actual channel cut into the body, so when it's resting on your arm, it's not some hard block digging in every rep. Who should skip it? If you're a serious kettlebell person, snatches, heavy cleans, you care about perfect competition shape, this isn't your bell, and you already knew that. No shade, it's just not aimed at you. But for everybody else, here's the real win. One bell in the corner, out of the way. It's the only kettlebell we own now. Takes up zero space, just sits there till I need it. That's the whole point of a heavy adjustable. You set it down and you forget about it. So who are these actually for? Not the guy who needs 100s, not the guy who's throwing dumbbells after every set, and not the person who already runs a full fixed set and loves it. You're good. Just stay there. These are for the home gym owner who wants one compact setup that goes heavy enough for real training without turning the whole room into a dumbbell rack. If 75 covers your presses, rows, RDLs, curls, carries, accessory work, this is your lane. That's the buyer. So, do these belong in a real gym? For the right person? Yeah. If 75 is too light for you, done, they're out. If you need that rock solid fixed dumbbell feel, or you're the type who drops them after every set, you're also out. But if 75 covers most of your training, these get kind of interesting. Simple, compact for the weight, they feel solid, and they're cheaper than damn near everything in that 70 to 80 range. Even with the extra length, the little bit of play, I just like using them. And I keep reaching for them, which tells you something. The 55s were a surprise. The 75s were the test. And for my gym, yeah, they passed.